Hello, all the people.
No.
We are
Hello,
streaming
none of the people.
Doki Doki Literature Club, but with a twist.
Summertime,
Yeah, we're going to be playing the Summertime Mod.
which is all cutesy and no pain.
Yeah, should be mostly cute and not
Hopefully.
very much pain. If there is pain, it's going to be like normal teenaged pain stuff.
Yeah, like slice of life pain, not horror pain.
Yeah, not psychological horror pain. So I am a remixer. I'm going to be the voice of Monica and Sayori. And I have with me the Willow.
That's me. I'm Willow.
Tell us who you're going to be
Deadpan voice.
voicing.
I am going to be voicing Yuri and Natsuki.
All
I will
right.
not be fluctuating from their voices like you did, though, because I'm
Oh,
scared.
I didn't fluctuate to Sayori.
Well, no. You did Monica, though. I'll give you that.
I did Monica, though.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah?
we also have a male main protagonist that
Who
we might swap the
Yeah.
duties of depending on how intense it gets for the other person.
So if Monica and Sayori are talking to main MC guy, then I will potentially take over MC voices for the duration of the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, everybody. Let's start a new game. This will be our first look at this mod.
This summertime.
And we
mod.
already have to enter a name. Hizashi did get a happy ending, though, but you know who didn't get
did.
a happy ending? Cubert.
Yes, bring it back.
All right, we're gonna bring back Cubert. I have heard some complaints about this mod is that it's a bit meme-ish, but we're gonna try and play it straight. Like, they're real people with real emotions, and even if something is a gag, we play it as a gag if it's a gag, but otherwise we'll ignore that it's a gag and we'll play it straight.
Yeah.
Okay. But we are gonna play Cubert because Cubert deserves a happy ending too. Hey!
Yeah.
I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me.
I overslept again. But I got you this time.
Take it away.
Cubert. I just love reading Cubert. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
Oh, you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Cubert.
I gotta get over that sooner. Okay. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something.
Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you wanted to.
Whatever you say, Sayori.
By the way, Cubert, have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club? I told you already. I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind, at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head.
Sad times in the
The
kingdom.
school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation.
Clubs.
Sayori wants me to check out some clubs, but I told her already, I'm not interested in joining any.
Hello?
Sayori?
Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, well, you know.
Know what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori,
Yeah?
didn't I already say I'm not interested in joining a club?
Come on, please?
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Sayori, you're trying to bribe me with food somebody else made? Don't you see anything wrong with that?
Well,
I told you already. I'll think about it. Until then, I'm not interested. Sorry.
okay.
And now
Sad
it
times.
blacks out. Okay, so at some point it's going to be a little different, right?
Yeah, it's gonna switch up at some point, right?
It's different now!
Look at that! Look at the sky! Look at all these people that helped to do.
people who added assets to the game and stuff like that. I can't
Thank
wait
you,
to
all
see
these
it
people.
all.
The sky looks really pretty. Oh, it changed.
The bus leaves me behind just as I arrive at the bus stop.
Uh-oh.
Not again. I guess I wasn't appealing enough to the bus driver with his plastic shopping bag at my side. At least the weather's pleasant today. I couldn't bear to just sit here for 15 minutes in some of the heat waves we've had last year. I remember when I was a kid, I didn't even care when my parents warned me about the heat. One time they practically sprayed me down with a garden hose. That's actually really bad. You don't,
What?
because like
How's
water
it bad?
reflects the sunlight, so you're actually more likely to get
Oh.
a sunburn.
Yeah. That's why swimming in the pool is when you actually are supposed to use sunscreen.
That's right. I wasn't even that upset since we were having so much fun with Sayori. Come to think of it, I haven't seen much of her since last year. Not even on the way to school ever since she started oversleeping regularly. It isn't my responsibility to get her out of school on time, right?
Right?
Besides, I'm sure she was doing fine with the club activities she got involved in. What was that again? Something related to books.
So this
Not
is
really
playing
my
on the
thing.
idea that he never got into the club at all.
Yeah, I guess so. Not really my thing. Maybe some manga now and then, but that probably wouldn't be considered proper literature. Games. Now that is my thing. Can't wait until I go home. Cubert?
Oh.
That's
Okay.
an oddly familiar voice.
Sayori? Hi, I haven't seen you in a while.
Sorry if I bothered you.
No, your timing couldn't have been better. I've got nothing better to do. I'm just waiting for the next bus to go home.
I see.
Hey, you're
There it
Cubert,
is.
right? Look at her. Casual clothes Monica.
I mean, that's that's an outfit. Hello, Monica.
We haven't talked much before, but I immediately recognized Monica. She's one of the popular girls in school. Smart, beautiful, athletic.
Definitely not a robot.
The kind of girl that chumps like me are too scared to talk to.
You knew each other already? Not fair. I wanted to introduce you too. That's all right, Sayori. We had a class together in the past.
So, where are you two headed?
We're going swimming. Monica said that we have a discount on tickets for students and invited me to join her. You've got to grab the opportunities life gives you. Just because we don't have to go to school doesn't mean we should stay indoors by ourselves. Also, exercise keeps us fit and calms the mind, too. It's going to be so much fun.
That sounds great, Monica.
Hey, Hey, Cubert, what about you?
Me?
Yeah, what are you doing today?
I glance at Monica and hesitate to blurt out some vague nonsense.
Well, I haven't really made up my mind yet.
Really? Well, I was just thinking, you know.
Sayori seems a bit flustered. Was she like this before?
Want to join us, Cubert? Yeah, that.
What? You mean swimming? I'm not really a good swimmer.
That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We're just going
But
there to have fun and enjoy the sun.
Well... Alright, Monica. I'll meet you two there, but first I have to get home and geared up.
Do you know the way?
Oh, brother, I forgot about that.
Not exactly.
Monica tells me how to get to the entrance. I write it down to make sure I won't get lost. The girls wave goodbye just as I see my bus arriving, with Sayori being her usual cheerful self and Monica sweetly smiling at me. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Monica smiles sweetly.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Monica's still got some good quotes.
On the bus, I get lost in my thoughts. This is really something. I didn't expect to get invited by two girls like this. I guess I owe my thanks to Sayori for stopping to talk to me. This isn't like when she tried to get me involved in her club. Attempting to bribe me with food and make me feel guilty because of the promises she made? I don't think that's right. Sure, this is kind of out of my comfort zone too, but thinking about Monica in a bikini. Oh boy, I shouldn't let my imagination get the better of me. It's just swimming. Besides, I can't even recall when's the last time I went swimming. At home, I drop off the things I bought at the store. I rummage through the drawers looking for my swimming shorts. Where are they? Has it really been this long since I needed them? Yes! I've probably never been this happy to find a piece of clothing. Now I just need some sun lotion. I'm not in good shape anyway, and adding sunburn to that would make me as appealing as warm beer on a hot summer day. You're a teenager, what?
Why would you know what that is?
Not that I know what that is like.
Ah, there it is.
There it is.
Maybe we shouldn't have judged so early, I guess.
The address Monica gave me isn't exactly in my part of the city, so it's probably best if I take the bus. Even if I had to wait 15 minutes again, it would still be faster than if I ran all the way. Like I could run all the way there. I couldn't run the distance from school to our house even if my life depended on it. Luckily, I only had to wait a few minutes before the bus arrived. It's already early afternoon by the time I get to the entrance. They don't seem to care much for their presentation since I would have easily missed it if I didn't have the address. There are several people in front of me waiting to get in, but it takes all of them less than 10 minutes to get finished. Hello.
Good afternoon. I'd like one student ticket. Is there still a discount?
Yes, 25% till the end of the month. Would you like to buy a monthly pass, perhaps?
No, thank you.
Just to let you know, today we're closing in a few hours earlier than usual due to maintenance. We're going to announce it on the loudspeaker so you won't miss it.
Too bad I couldn't get here earlier. I can only spend a couple of hours with the girls. Wow, this looks really good compared to the low ticket price. I can't see the two girls anywhere. I guess I'll just go to the locker room and get changed. It took me a few minutes, but I managed to find it. How can it take you a few minutes to find a locker room? How big is this place? Since I didn't bring too many things, it only took me a couple of minutes to change to my shorts and put the rest of my stuff away. Better not forget the sun lotion either. They're gonna bring that in later. There's gonna be a sun lotion scene.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Alright, go ahead.
Back at the pool, I'm searching for Sayori and Monica. Maybe they're just swimming and I don't recognize their swimwear? I stand next to the pool. He's gonna get splashed. Yeah,
You're
splash
splashing.
noises.
Yeah!
That's the blue again.
manliest voice, the manliest laugh for Sayori.
Did I scare you, Cubert?
That's adorable. No? Just a little.
Come in the water. Don't worry, it isn't cold.
Do you know how deep it is?
Well, it's shallow on this end. It reaches just under my armpits. It's really deep on the other side, though. You get so
Adorable.
easily startled, Sayori. Meanie?
She's right, you know.
Yeah, well,
Sayori seems to be pondering something for a moment.
Then I challenge you. I bet I can hold my breath for longer.
Challenge accepted.
That's the spirit. It's good practice for you. What do you mean?
What does she mean?
For diving. What else? Oh, you're right.
Get ready, I'm coming in.
No excitement? Come on,
No.
you're jumping in with two girls.
Dude, I'm fighting like the biggest cheeks right now. I'm like blushing up hard.
That last sentence was directed more towards myself than the two of them. I did learn to swim in my early teenage years, but it's not like I practiced much since then. One thing's for sure, I'm definitely not going to be proposing any swimming challenges to impress them. It's not like I would be any more appealing for being confident beyond my abilities.
Ah,
Come on, Cubert. Just hop in all the way and you'll get used to it quick.
Ooh, it's a bit colder than I expected. Then again, I did get used to it in a few minutes. To my dismay, Sayori actually won that competition between us. I
That
was
was a
tempted
good
to
pause.
ask for a rematch, but I figured it would make me embarrassed if it turned out that barely noticeable difference between our times was just me being lucky. Of course, swimming a few laps is almost mandatory if you're in an awesome pool like this.
that
I
is a
wish my
huge
swimming
pool.
skills were just as awesome. Getting tired after just two isn't something I was proud of. As I was having a breather, I noticed the two girls leaving for the snack bar. Naturally, I went to join them. Turns out, even if Monica looks like quite the snack, she's not on the menu.
I like
The
that.
three of us go get our drinks. Sayori orders a strawberry and raspberry flavored one, while Monica and I get the exotic fruits flavor. We sit down on some lounge chairs and enjoy our drinks. After finishing my smoothie, I slump down into the chair and enjoy the warm rays of the sunshine. I could probably fall asleep right now. I closed my eyes and ended up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica.
So, what did you have in mind for tomorrow? We could meet Yuri and Natsuki and go somewhere together.
There's my characters.
There they are. I was like, where are they all?
Our last meeting was a few weeks ago, so I figured why not? A whole day together with friends? Yay! Where are we going? What are we doing? If the weather's nice, we could meet in a park. Then we could discuss what happened to each of us. Maybe even talking about some literature if the others read something new. I'm so excited. I wonder if Natsuki's gonna bake some cupcakes for our reunion. You could ask her yourself, you know. Well, I don't want her to work just because of me. I think everyone would like to have cupcakes, not just you. You're right. Sorry. Anyway, you could text her about it. That's a great idea. You always know what to do, Monica. Yeah, always.
Aw. It kind of relieves me to hear that Sayori hasn't changed all that much. She's still her cheerful, simple-minded self that she's always been. I'm glad that she's found friends that can appreciate her despite all of her antics. I wonder what the other girls are like. Of course, I probably couldn't get myself invited to such an all-girl meetup. They probably want to... I woke up to Sayori nudging me on the shoulder. After a short misunderstanding, it was established that I slept for a pretty long time on that bench.
Oh,
Long enough that the
Hisashi, did
pool
you
place is
die?
closing shortly. Oh geez, how long did you sleep, my guy? Since Monica already went to change, well, more like we should be going too. Sayori insisted that she wants to come home with me, which I actually don't mind at all. It was always fun messing around with her back in the day. What do you mean by that? We part ways before entering the locker rooms. It doesn't take me long to get ready, so I decided to wait for Sayori by the female locker room door. Just as I get there, someone comes out.
Oh, hey, Cubert.
She seems surprised by my presence.
Hey, Monica. Thanks for inviting me today.
Don't mention it. I guess it's the least I can do for Sayori.
Sayori?
She's almost done if you're waiting for her. Anyway, I hope you had fun today, Cubert. I've got to go home and get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, we get to make a pick.
Oh!
We get to make a decision.
Frickin' Monica! Boom!
Frickin' Monica, instantly.
I hope we'll see each other some other time, Monica.
See me in general.
Oh,
or
she did the
just in
cute
my
thing. Look at it.
swimsuit?
Look at it. She's doing the cute thing.
My face flushes red.
Same. Honestly, I wouldn't complain if I saw her in a bikini again.
I mean, see you again in general.
Yeah. She covers her mouth and giggles.
I'm just teasing you, Cubert. It was nice talking to you. Anyway, I gotta go. Stay safe.
And with that, Monica storms off as suddenly as she appeared. A few minutes pass and the door opens again.
You took your time.
Oh, meanie. But you did wait for me after all.
Call me a meanie all you want, but I keep my word.
Yeah. Thanks for waiting for me. It's like when we were kids and we used to go home from school together.
She seems to be in a very nostalgic mood all of a sudden. Is something holding her back in the past? I don't know how to talk about this since it might lead up to us talking about how we drifted apart.
I guess so. It's not really a big deal since we all live so close.
We do.
Now she looks like she's about to space out. We're going to be standing here until they close the place if we keep messing around.
Come on, Sayori. I think we can catch the next bus if we get there quick.
Okie dokie. Let's go, Cubert.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Sayori's being her weird self as always. We manage to catch the bus just as it arrives. On the bus,
Cute.
it's cute how the little background rumbles. On the bus, we sit next to each other and chat about a few things.
So what are you doing this summer?
I don't really have anything planned. I'm just going with the flow.
Oh, Cubert. You make me worried about you. Did you at least join a club last year?
I looked at a few, but I didn't really feel like taking on more responsibilities than what school requires me to. Besides, what are your plans for this summer?
That's... Let's say I'm not sure yet.
Why am I not surprised? You're always looking out for others, Sayori.
It's what I do best.
Fine. Fine. But what about you?
Me?
If you want to get me to take more responsibility for my future, shouldn't you show me a good example?
Well,
Ooh.
there's nothing to worry about, Cubert. I'm gonna be okay.
If you say so.
Sayori shoots me a wide smile.
This is our stop.
Home sweet home. We arrive at Sayori's house. She slowly turns around after reaching the gate.
Thanks for coming with us today, Cubert. It was nice to hang out with you after all this time.
Oh.
Well,
Oh, no.
This is your decision, man.
It's gonna happen.
I had fun because of Monica. Don't mention it. I had fun too. It was nice getting to know Monica. You know, maybe we could arrange something like this again. I promise I'll stay awake next time.
Don't worry, Cubert. I'm sure she had fun regardless of that. I mean, talking to you.
Relax, I get it. See you another time, Sayori.
Bye, Cubert.
Just before getting home, I recall something. Weren't the two of them talking about having some kind of meeting tomorrow? Man, I wish I could get invited to something like that. I wonder what those other girls are like. I wonder what they're like, Kobe.
I wonder who they are. I wonder what they're like. I don't know. You tell me. I don't
If
know.
they're anywhere between Sayori and Monica, I might even have a chance. Still, I doubt that a group of girls would welcome me with open arms and start vying for my attention. That sounds unrealistic.
It sounds like a
A
harem.
visual novel?
Visual novel? Good.
It's Monday.
Monday. I don't remember setting an alarm. Oh, someone's calling me? Also, it's already 10 in the morning? Hey yo, rise and shine, young man. Rise and shine. Alright, I'm not supposed to be gimmicky. My bad. You just woke up, didn't you?
No. I've been up since 6 and just finished with...
Listen, I don't have time for jokes now. Can you please buy the things I said yesterday? The shop closes before I finish work.
Can I do it in the afternoon?
Just sort it out now, and you'll have the rest of the day for yourself, okay?
Yeah, you're right.
Be safe, sweetheart. Bye.
Bye, Mom.
Really not in the mood to go shopping. Although, I'm awake enough that I can't go back to sleep either.
I hate that feeling.
I agree. As I'm approaching the bus stop, I see somebody sitting there, literally, looking down.
It must be... Oh. Aw.
Uh-oh. Gosh, I don't remember seeing Sayori like this before.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Huh? Hubert, hey!
Her expression changes as abruptly as the face of a digital clock.
Sorry, I was just spacing out.
You sure you're okay, Sayori?
Yep, I'm going to the park to meet my friends. It's going to be so much fun.
I'm probably just overthinking things. Wait, are those friends the girls she talked about with Monica?
An all-girls day, right?
I didn't think of it that way. I'm sure the other girls wouldn't mind if a boy joined us. So, what about you, Hubert?
I'm mildly shocked by her confusing question. Is she suggesting that I should join? Am I just overthinking this like a lot of things that are exactly as they seem? Whatever. I'll just assume the option I'd like to be true.
So you'd be fine with me joining?
What? You want to meet them?
Well, if you say it's so much fun, then it's worth a shot.
Yay!
It's adorable.
I didn't even have to tell you about the cupcakes.
What do you mean?
There aren't a lot of people in the park. Some are walking their dogs, others walking with a friend or a partner. Oh,
There they are.
there's people again. Finally, we take a turn at some trees and see 3 girls. I recognize one of them. It's Monica. Sayori runs up to one of the other 2 girls who are facing away from us.
Nutski!
Oh no.
Yes! It's happening, people!
Get off me, you monkey!
The other 2 girls giggle at Sayori's hug attack. Monica smiles at me sincerely. The taller, dark-haired girl notices this and turns around to look at me. Our eyes meet. She keeps her gaze on me, then suddenly turns to Sayori.
That's not Sayori's direction at all, but okay. Hey Sayori, I'm glad to see you in such good spirits.
I missed you, girls. Today's going to be awesome. Natsuki,
Yeah?
do you still have some cupcakes?
Well, if you came earlier...
Oh,
I just wanted to see your reaction. We put 2 on the side for you.
you're the best, Natsuki.
You know it.
As she says that, I cautiously approach the group. Hey, everyone.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to introduce you. Girls,
Let me just forget about my friend.
this is Hubert. Hubert, this is Natsuki. She makes the best cupcakes ever.
She eyes me with furrowed brows before speaking. Yeah, and you better not have come here just for a free sample.
Natsuki seems very certain that it was for the food that brought me here. I was hoping for something sweet, but not necessarily edible. I didn't even know about them.
Huh? Good.
Sayori shuffles over to the other girl with cheerful haste.
This fine lady here is Yuri. She's really smart too.
Fine lady. Yuri, you're beautiful. Sayori pats her on the shoulder lightly, as if to emphasize her qualities. At this point, I don't even know if she's trying to make us laugh or just feel awkward. Sayori, I told you don't.
She finishes her sentence under her breath, so I can't make out what she's saying. It's nice to meet all of you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Glad to see you again, Cubert.
A wavering smile forms on her face as she lowers her voice at the end of her sentence. So, if not for the cupcakes, which are amazing, why'd you come here?
She's really putting me on the spot here. If she wasn't so cute, I'd feel intimidated. It's like Sammy. No, I'm kidding. Sayori seemed excited meeting all of you, so I assumed you're a cool bunch. It's nice to meet cool people. At this rate, I might leave out of embarrassment before they make up their minds about me.
That's nice, Cubert. You might be the first one to think of our club as cool.
Your club?
Yeah, this is kind of a friendly meeting of our members. You didn't know that? I
Oops.
tried to invite you during the school year. You weren't interested, so I didn't bother with you after that.
You didn't mention...
I don't know this club had such incredibly cute girls. The four girls are still looking at me. I pause to rethink what to say. Looking around, my eyes stop on Natsuki. What?
I never imagined literature could be so much fun. Always thought of it as something serious.
I get where you're coming from. It was difficult to grab other students' attention during the last year's festival. However, there are plenty of things we do in the club. We discuss things we read, our own writing, and have group activities. Yuri likes to set the mood with some tea, and Natsuki occasionally brings her own baked delicacies to the club.
You make it sound really interesting, Monica.
Monica is super inspiring and a great leader. Oh, Sayori.
That reminds me, weren't you part of the debate club?
I was, but I got tired of all the fruitless arguments we seem to have. So I decided to create something I can call my own. Debates are supposed to convey ideas and feelings, which is kind of what literature is for me as well. Also, I had an interest in writing for as long as I can remember. You could say I wanted to write my own story. We didn't grow much since we started the club with Sayori, but I tried to treat everyone like they really mattered.
It's a good way to be. I believe you accomplished your goal, Monica. It's inspiring to see you do so much despite all your other commitments in and out of school.
Thanks. There's no need to treat me like I'm that special. I'm sure we can all achieve so much more than we thought possible if we just put our minds to it. You nailed down the most important thing, Monica. That we had fun? Yes!
The girls giggle in tandem. I'm glad that Sayori found such good friends.
How's everyone's summer been until now?
The usual, I guess. Cooking, baking, housework. Oh! I also visited the zoo. They let me pet a lot of animals. Dolphins, turtles, owls. I even fed the monkeys some bananas.
Did you pet
That's
any
adorable.
koalas?
Don't pet the koalas. No, they didn't let me.
I guess you didn't have the proper qualifications.
You revved up for that joke, of all things. Sayori!
Natsuki tries to jab Sayori with her elbow. Suddenly, Sayori jumps back, letting Natsuki stumble and nearly fall over.
Poor little Natsuki. Get over here!
Sayori runs off and Natsuki follows her. I don't think Natsuki wants to hurt her since she has a playful smile across her face.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Sayori returns out of breath.
I'm gonna teach you a lesson with my bare hands. That's why. So bad. Okay, it's fine.
No, Natsuki, please. There has to be an odder way.
As Sayori's backing away from Natsuki, she trips over her shoelaces and falls to the ground. Hey, are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Natsuki extends her hand towards Sayori. Come on! You know I wouldn't hurt you, dummy.
Sayori accepts the helping hand and the two of them return to join our conversation.
Did you do something interesting in the past few weeks, Yuri?
I got to spend some time with my mother and I found a new author. His books are usually about professionals forced to face extreme circumstances in their work. The one I read is about a medic on a peacekeeping mission for the army. It starts with the medic squad helping civilians in a conflict zone. Difficulties arise when they are attacked by an unknown group. They are made to help the enemy soldiers. On that night, they experience otherworldly events, which are... Hey Yuri, do you have a TLDR version of this story? Rude. No, I only read the book. Yuri, do you... Yuri? Excuse me, but what is a TLDR version?
It means too long, didn't read. Yuri. Internet lingo.
I was just teasing you. You know I'm not interested in these kinds of stories. Oh, sorry. I thought it was an acronym for a sort of analysis. Me asking for an analysis? Now you're just being silly. I suppose so. How about you, Qbert? What kind of books do you read?
Books I read? I can't even recall what I read last year. Not because of quantity, but rather the long time spent with everything else between the two things I read. I mean, the two things I read. I prefer other forms of storytelling.
Other forms? Like theater?
Movies? Seeing everything on a big screen, right?
Oh, whatever.
I came prepared. Prepared to disappoint.
Me too.
Like games.
Yuri looks puzzled by my answer. Natsuki and Sayori seem to be unenthusiastic. However, Monica shoots me an understanding smile, so I've got that going for me, which is nice. No wonder you weren't interested in literature.
Natsuki. Manga.
Oh, she just drops the M word. Uh-oh.
Natsuki glares at Monica with dismay. She looks away right after and folds her arms tightly.
Oh, come on.
You might be surprised, but we actually played games a couple of times in the club. Remember? We played Hangman.
That's not...
I didn't like that one.
Oops.
Ugh.
Oh, I don't like that. Wait a minute. Oh. Only because you were bad at finding the right words. I remember that I brought crosswords a few times. Was there anything else, Monica?
There was that one time with anagrams. Right? Auntski?
Whatever, ma oink. Natsuki pushes on her nose to imitate a pig's noise. Natsuki, please show some decency.
We could play something like that again. What do you guys think?
Is she proposing this to make me feel more involved? I'm not even a part of their club. This is going a lot better than I expected.
Yeah. Depends on what you have in mind.
I don't want to play Hangman this time. Don't worry, I've got a great one on this occasion. You reminded me of it with that little misunderstanding of TLDR. Let's call it the acronym game. Each round, we're given an acronym, and everyone tries to guess what it means. After everyone made their guesses, we vote on the one that we like the most. The person who got the most votes wins. Does their answer have to be the correct meaning of the anagram? Somebody might like the official meaning, but everyone can vote on the answer they like.
This actually sounds like a fun game, Monica.
I try to do my best.
As nice as that sounds, I don't want to take it personally.
After all, it's not like these girls would want to gain my favor just because I'm the only guy here.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
Yeah. Those kinds of things only happen in cliche dating sims, right?
Yeah, am I right, man?
Yeah, right?
Okay, everyone. I'm going to think of 10 acronyms, and we each write down our guesses before casting our vote.
Pepcac. Oh my god, I love this one. You know what this one
Pepcac.
means?
What, the proper one?
Problems experienced between keyboard and chair.
Okay.
In IT, that's
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
our-
now I know what you're talking about.
that's our way of saying user error.
Yeah.
Because that one has so much association with my life, I'm gonna pick that one.
I would
because
also pick problem
I
exists between
worked in
keyboard
phone
chair.
service, and that was a word we used commonly.
Pepcac.
That was a Sayori word.
Cute.
All right,
Who
we'll go
knows?
with talk to you later.
Yep.
The next one you get to pick, Kobe. How about that?
Die.
XOXO.
X-ray output crossover view. Kiss hug, kiss hug. We'll go with the generic kiss hug, kiss hug.
Okay. Oh, that's Natsuki.
Hey.
ER. We all know that's emergency room, but evil race car and emu rescue are
Emo
hilarious. Okay, guys. Thank the furries. I know it stands for true type font, but I can't resist. Furries.
That was good. Furries.
NSFW. Not safe
No
for
sniff.
work.
Friends wait.
No sniff. Friends wait. Team.
It's like a weird version of whoever smelt it dealt it.
Together, everyone achieves more. I've never heard of this one, actually. That's cool. Tactical
That's the
Edge
original.
Army Machete. Tell
Nice.
everyone, except mosquitoes.
Oh no.
Cat. Crisis Action Team. Cat After Tax. Cats and Tails.
Cat after tax sounds kind of funny.
TGIF. We all know it's Thank God It's Friday, but table grading icing fork and title graphic initial foreshadowing.
Title, graphic, initial, foreshadowing.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go with a more
like a-
Sayori. Wow.
Oh whoa. Oh whoa. Oh whoa.
Surprised face, openly whispered opinion. I'll go with this one.
I
It's
like
more
openly
Sayori.
whispered.
Wow, there is no Monica. I'm sorry. The game concludes and Monica announces the winner. My eyes stop on Sayori, who has an amused grin frozen on her face.
Oh jeez.
That was so much fun. I want to do it again.
Rip.
Sayori was laughing all throughout the game. She really enjoyed most of my guesses.
I have to admit, I kind of missed her carefree and joyful attitude. Even if a lot of people rolled their eyes at my attempts at humor, she appreciated me, for what it's worth.
So, how did everyone else like it?
It was alright. I can see the creative potential in it.
Monica looks at me expectantly.
Hubert?
Oh, yeah, I never played anything like this before. I kind of liked it.
Glad to hear everyone feels included. Does anyone want a round 2? Yes!
Maybe another time. I agree. Personally, I would prefer talking about other topics.
Cheer up, Sayori. There will be another time. I guess you're right.
There's a minute of silence between us. Yuri's the one who interrupts it. She brings up things related to literature and the club. Maybe it's time for me to leave before I embarrass myself with my extremely limited knowledge of the topic.
Hey, Hubert, let's break bread.
Cute.
She extends one hand towards me.
Cupcake. You can have one of them.
It's adorable.
That's a funny way to start a conversation. How could somebody say no to something so sweet? Thanks, Sayori.
As I take the pastry, she munches down on her own.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around on my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Tweedle, tweedle, tweedle. Oh, here it is, the moment again. I look around me and see the 3 other girls are engaged in a conversation. I don't know what I was expecting.
Oh, they subverted our expectations.
Ah.
So, Hubert, how did things go for you before summer break?
You know, I've been doing all kinds of stuff. Studying, too. I don't want to bore you with the details. There are no details. I do the same stuff I've been doing for years now. I don't even remember everything I watched and played, even though I was sober all the time. What the frick is wrong with you? What?
Jeez. What is up with him in the sober comments?
Why does he keep talking about alcohol? What
I don't
wrong?
know. Does Cupid secretly have an addiction?
Are we alcoholics after playing the original game? Is that what this is?
Do we secretly remember everything that happened in the first game, and now we're just trying to live out a whole new dimension where it didn't happen?
What about you? You never told me much after you joined the club.
Yeah, the club. It helped me a lot being in the club. Everyone is so good there. I learned a lot.
Like what?
Well, Monica gave us really good writing tips. We even wrote our own poems, which helped me express myself in new ways. I wrote about all kinds of stuff that was on my mind.
I never knew you had a thing for writing. What did you write about?
I once wrote a poem about waking up and having breakfast.
Yeah, that really sounds like something you'd come up with. When I was a kid, I imagined you as the kind of person who always wakes up with a smile on her face. Guess some things never change.
There's an awkward pause between us. Seeing as the other girls aren't paying any attention, I decide it's time to leave. I wait for the right time to interject and approach the other girls.
Hey, just wanted to say goodbye before I go.
That's nice of you, Cubert. I'll see you later.
Okay, bye! Glad you visited. Goodbye.
Cubert, would you like to go home together?
How cute.
Well, I'm not going home just yet. I have some obligations to take care of first.
Oh, okay.
A wavering smile takes shape on her face as she says that. Did going home together actually mean that much to her? Well, it wouldn't be a burden to let her tag along if that would make her happy.
You can come with me, if you'd like to look around downtown.
Really? I mean, I don't want to bother you while you're doing important stuff.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Yay! I'll just say bye to the girls and we can go.
Same thing yesterday, and now today. Does she dislike going home alone? Sure, it's kind of boring to sit on public transport with only strangers around you. But you can just use your smartphone like literally everyone else does. Besides, she could go home with one of...
I'm ready, Cubert. Let's go on an adventure.
Easy there, partner. We're just going to buy some stuff.
That's cute.
Come on, don't be so half-hearted. Otherwise, I'm gonna draw my weaponized optimism on you.
Optimism.
Draw what on me? You don't even have anything to draw with.
No, silly. I just meant that I'm going to cheer you up. Life can be so much fun if you let yourself enjoy the little things.
I guess it's always the simple things with you, Sayori.
That's mean, Cubert. Besides, overthinking can make your life pretty miserable.
True.
What do you
Very
know
true.
about misery, Sayori?
Yeah, well, what do you know about thinking too much?
Touché.
My shopping trip is as straightforward as a tutorial mission. Sayori literally points to the item I was looking for, and I have the exact amount I needed to pay. We get off the bus at our street. As we walk towards her house, she slows down and has her eyes locked on the ground in front of her.
We're here. You look like you could use some rest. Are you sleeping enough, Sayori?
Enough? That's one of my hobbies.
It's not healthy. Either she's really tired, or there's something behind that forced laughter. I'll take option C. I can't tell in this case. That's no!
There's something I wanted to tell you, Sayori.
Yeah?
Is it a
Thanks for
choice?
inviting me to your club meetup. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, that. I didn't really invite you, but I'm glad you enjoyed hanging out with the other girls.
I guess so. I think Monica's a pretty cool girl. She leads the literature club and isn't afraid of anything. It's not about them, really. I enjoyed it because I got to spend some time with you again. So, yeah. If you'd like to go and have some fun on...
Yeah.
I didn't even say on which day.
I didn't even think of a day. What am I saying?
Oh, sorry. Which days are you available on?
Don't know about you, but I'm free tomorrow.
I'll get ready in the morning and wait for you to come over.
Well, hold up. I didn't even tell you what we were doing or what time we're...
Shh. Doesn't matter. I trust you on this one, Keybert.
That's adorable.
If you say so. See you tomorrow, Sayori.
Bye.
She storms through the gates of her house as if she just found out she won the lottery. I shake my head with an amused smile on my face. She has the same bubbly personality that I liked her for. I'm worried how she'll handle later on in life. No, I should heed her advice. I shouldn't overthink it. I'm glad she's so upbeat, and the other club members seem to like her as well. I think I made an okay impression on them. Maybe I'll even get to see them another time. Maybe even get to know them better. Who knows? Natsuki. Look at you, you're adorable.
She's
Who looks as
adorable.
cute as her cupcakes? Aw, Yuri, who's got a handful of interesting personality traits. A handful, really?
You don't say.
Monica is completely out of my league. Daydreaming aside, I have to figure out what we are going to do tomorrow with Sayori. Who's we?
It's a brand new day. Not really, it's just Tuesday, but it can still be a good one. I look at my clock to check the time. It's 11 past 9, but I'm in no hurry. After making a cup of coffee, I head back to my room. Yesterday, I thought of a place I could take Sayori to. I have some fond memories of the two of us roaming around that part of town. There was this one time she nearly fell in the water. I caught her, but I lost my balance and got wet instead of her. That's awkward to think about. The familiar feeling of walking down our street vanishes as I stop in front of Sayori's house. We used to visit each other all the time. She looked so happy to see me after I went away with my parents for a week or two. Even among the other kids, I never experienced anybody being so overjoyed to see me.
She said she'd be ready by the time I arrive. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on the door.
Sayori? Wake up, dummy.
There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this, but she really leaves me no choice. Okay.
Frickin'
thank God.
god dang, I'm so...
Gotcha.
Ooh.
Sayori
I wasn't
tackles me with
panicking,
such
you
force
were.
that I nearly fall over. It looks like she's ready to go and was waiting for this moment.
Are you ready, Keybert?
Yeah.
I said, are you ready?
I'm
adorable.
ready.
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I'm ready.
Let's go. Where are we going? Where are we going?
You'll see soon enough. All
She
I'll
really
say
is
is
just
that
an
we went there
excited dog.
before.
Please tell me it's not the dentist.
No,
What?
silly. Why would we go there?
Because it's a place we went to together.
If people had soundtracks to their lives, yours would be a list of laugh tracks.
We walk through the streets of our neighborhood, and our conversation trails towards our separate experiences in school this year.
Anyway, did you manage to raise your grades? Last I remember, you were telling me about getting bad grades for assignments.
Yep, my grades got better. Back then, I might have run out of time while writing some of them. But don't worry, there's a good reason for that. I leave my assignments to the last minute because the older, therefore wiser, I will be.
The palm of my hand firmly connects with my forehead.
We're almost at the park. Want to race to it?
Yes!
It's only about 100 steps from here, but I managed to cram in some teasing before we get there.
You know what you are? A running gag.
I beat you, haha.
No.
Sayori is slightly panting as she crosses the imaginary finish line.
Cubert, I'm a
Hubert.
real human being.
We both laughed at each other as we regained our composure. This is the wholesome content I needed.
Yeah.
There's a wave of nostalgia washing through me as we're walking into the park. And so many memories of the two of us playing around here and by the river. We reach an open area of the park that's covered with green grass, the kind on which you can comfortably lie down.
This looks like the ideal place for us.
Kit.
Let me just whip it out and we can pass it between the two of us.
Wait, did I miss a line?
Huh? Okay. Sayori reaches into her bag and pulls out a frisbee.
Wanna go
That's
first?
adorable. Are you gonna make a fool of yourself if you go first? Let's do it. Be first.
Yeah, I want to be the first, Sayori.
Just don't go too hard, Cubert. I don't want to lose it right away.
The weather is perfect for playing out in the open. There are just enough clouds to give some variety to the blue sky. A light breeze cools us down, while the shining sun keeps us warm. It's almost poetic how well this combination meshes with the game I'm playing. Hold on. Hold on.
No more.
Running after the frisbee makes my heart beat faster, while looking at Sayori's bright smile calms my soul like nothing else I can think of right now. As we're exchanging it between us, our eyes occasionally lock onto the others. Our eyes have a glow to them that I don't recall seeing before. We've been playing for about 15 minutes now. I'm getting tired of throwing it away and decide to keep it once I have it.
Aren't you gonna throw it back?
Shaking my head, I approach Sayori.
Let's rest a bit, okay?
Okay.
With that, she lies down on the grass and spreads her arms out beside her. Closing her eyes, she lets out an almost comedic sigh. She's just lying there without saying anything. It feels awkward to just look over her like this, so I lie down about an arm's length away from her.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you?
She goes silent again. A minute passes as I wait for her to continue.
Was that a poem?
I wrote it.
I liked it. Is that all of it?
No. I just forgot the other half.
Memory not serving you well?
I guess I'm remembering other things. Do you remember how you would always grab my hand and guide us towards the river? We'd spend our day making all sorts of contraptions with sticks and rocks.
Do you remember that one time you fell in the river?
When I fell in there, I thought I was going to die. But you came and saved me.
We were literally a few steps from the shoreline.
That's not the point. I felt I could count on you.
Oh,
Even if I was a burden, you were there for me.
Well, you really burdened me with unexpected adventure, that's for sure. Remember that time you almost set your house on fire?
It was my first time cooking alone.
What about when you almost flooded your house? First time washing hands?
that's good. That's good.
Hey, you
Quality
beanie.
joke.
You're saying these things like you never did anything wrong. Like when you, give me a sec.
I let out a chuckle at Sayori's attempt at making fun of me.
One of them actually turned out well.
My house not burning down?
Hey, that's pretty good. Remember when your parents left you for a single weekend? I still don't know how, but you locked yourself out of the house. Then you came over to my house and
We had a sleepover. That was super awesome. I lost every time, but it was so cool to play with your parents. I really missed that when... Never mind.
something's on your mind?
I was just thinking about how much you helped me when I did all those stupid things. You never even shouted at me for it.
Yeah. It's what friends are for, right?
I'm so glad that you haven't changed a lot after these years. Like when you were rushing to climb up that old tree and I fell over trying to catch up with you. I started crying really hard and you didn't even notice. You were kind of oblivious in some ways.
Yeah. I was so lost in all the games we played. So in a way, it was my fault.
But you came back when you saw that I was hurt. You always came back.
Yeah. I always did.
You're such a sweetheart, Cubert.
Oh,
Huh?
sweetheart Cubert.
Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird.
I know. Your mom always called you that.
Oh, sweetheart.
That's not really why it feels weird. She was always my best friend. Feels like more than something a friend would say, especially after being gone for so long.
What's on your mind, Cubert?
It just occurred to me that it was so many years ago I'd forgotten how we met.
We saw each other when we moved in, but we didn't really meet each other until the fair.
Oh yeah, the fair. Now I remember. There used to be a summer fair that would come into town every year. Yeah, I remember. My parents took me. I was wandering around looking at the games when I saw you there. You were crying your eyes out.
Oh,
I was new to town and didn't know anybody. I was alone and kind of scared in that big place.
Yeah, I remember.
So you came over and asked why I was so sad. And when I said I didn't have any friends, you said you'd be my friend so I wouldn't have to be sad anymore.
it's adorable.
And I wasn't.
Yeah, I remember. I just couldn't stand to see you upset. I guess I still can't.
Oh,
Thanks, Cubert. You don't know how much that means to me.
I didn't think it was that big a deal.
Anytime, Sayori. How about we check out the river? You know, like we used to.
Yee.
We make our way to the riverside. It's just as peaceful as it was in my memories. We stand next to the river and watch the calmly flowing water. This is actually a narrow branch of the river that runs through the city. It looks so much more shallow and narrow than when we were kids. I could probably walk through it to the other side without getting my face wet. As I'm assessing the possibilities of fighting against the current, Sayori starts messing about on some boulders near the shoreline. I better go and check up on her in case she stumbles and starts drowning in 1 foot deep water.
12 steps. 13 steps. 14.
We used to challenge each other to take steps and leaps from boulders to rocks and back. It was a lot more difficult back then. Even though she doesn't need to jump between them anymore, she's still pretty clumsy about it. I believe that.
17.
You're going to get your shoes soaking wet if you fall in the water.
I won't. 17.
She almost slipped on the rocks. I should probably go and help her out. When I get close to her, the biggest gap is right between us.
Come on, let's go somewhere less slippery.
One more. 19.
Splash.
Splish.
As she steps on the stones in front of her, she loses her balance and grabs onto my arm. I lose my balance and in turn fall into the river right next to her. How can the water be so cold in the middle of summer? I look up and see Sayori looking down at me, still standing on the rock with dry clothes.
I'm sorry.
I can tell she's making an attempt at not laughing at me. It's not working out. She reaches out her arm to help me get up, but I motion her to not bother with it. Getting her wet at this point wouldn't help the situation at all.
I'm fine. Just go to the shore without falling, okay?
I walk through the water instead of trying to get back on the rocks. With these wet shoes, I could fall again and actually hurt something other than my dignity. Sayori is looking at me with a mix of pity and amusement. Just before coming out of the water, I call to Sayori, motioning her to come closer.
Are you okay, Cubert?
I lean down and splash some water at her with my cupped hand. Most of it felt like it was going into spots around Sayori. I totally didn't miss her.
Meanie.
It's only fair to share some of it.
Sayori sticks her tongue out in response. Typical.
Come on, let's go home. I don't like having my pants soaking wet.
I don't think anybody does.
Okay.
There's rarely any occasion when I wish for warmer weather in the summer, but this is definitely one of them.
We wordlessly walk for a couple of minutes when Sayori's phone suddenly gives off a short melody. She's reading a short text message. What's up?
It's Monica. She says we're having a meeting tomorrow at the same place.
So how long has it been since you all met before yesterday?
Let me think.
Sayori's humming to herself and slowly counts to 3 on her fingers.
3.
3?
3 what, Sayori?
Oh, sorry. 3 weeks. Well, almost 3. I met with Monica a few times and with Natsuki once, but this is the first time we all came together outside of school.
Is that so? I guess it makes sense since you probably met every day of the week.
Every weekday.
During
What the
the
heck?
club, in the school, that place you go to.
No, that makes too much sense. Far too
I
much
guess
sense.
it makes sense since you probably met every weekday in the club.
Yep.
We continue on our way back home.
Thanks for going out with me, Cubert. It was so much fun today.
You really had a good laugh at my expense.
Yeah. Are you feeling better, Cubert?
I guess, but I need to change my wet clothes.
Can I offer some dry Hubert?
I like
Very
that.
funny,
I like
Sayori.
that. That was good.
I'll see you
Round of
around.
applause.
Bye, Cubert.
Man, that really wasn't the ending I expected for this day. I spend the rest of my day at home to cheer myself up with my hobbies. Why does he sound upset by this? What? To cheer myself up? Guy, you had a great day.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
It's Wednesday, my dude.
That was not me.
No, that
was
was
the
great,
game.
though. Oh, I don't know who they had do that, but that was awesome.
Okay, well, we have been streaming for 1 hour and 50 minutes. We are gonna probably wrap that up here. Thanks for watching, everybody who stopped by. Maybe we'll have someone who's not Sayori so that Willow gets to do voices more.
Yeah. Well, more voices.
Yeah, more voices than just the one day.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Well, we'll see you all next time. So until then, stay tuned. Bye bye.
Stay tuned. BBA.